what is a really solid, dedicated football player doing right now? What's he doing right now to get himself ready to be the best he can be on day one?
Well, these young men are honestly, when you're at this level, the physiques and the bodies are already at least pretty solid. Starters, things of that nature. If
Yep.
you're a heavy contributor, you already got the pecs and the traps and the abs and things of that nature. The main thing I would say you're doing with us having new coaches is building that rapport with the new coaches and learning that playbook, getting that down packed. It sounds so simple, but there are times where you get that piece of paper in front of you for your weekly tests and you can go blank, or you'll start writing down stuff from the previous coaching staff and how they wanted you to get it done. And it takes a while to really get the mentality out that you had to use in order to play under the previous staffs. For example, a lot of the players, you think about what Coach Diaz did as being natural going to the 4-3. Well, he spoke about all spring trying to get the defensive lineman to shoot off the ball because for the previous 5 years before that, they were all taught to hold gaps. And it was just stuck in their DNA that they had to sit there and double gap instead of single gap and shoot them and get in the backfield. And it, again, like I said, might sound natural to someone else. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Just go forward. That's what you always wanted to do. Well, your muscle memory and the things that you had to do to win your starting jobs, sometimes it doesn't come down to you being the best player. It comes down to who can execute what the coaches want on the consistent level. And if they want their one technique to sit there and hold it down and not move, and then now the one technique under a new scheme, he's able to club swim right over that center, or he's able to drop step technically and go around to the B gap if he wants to. The freedom that the 4-3 can present to a player is on a different level. And it could take them a while to get to that. I bring it to now with the linebacker situation. If I'm a person on this roster and next to my position says linebacker, I need to be doing any and everything to separate myself when it comes to knowing what coach wants done, knowing what coach wants as far as his checks. Because there's a bunch of checks that happens on the football field, Mark. And they're not always just pointing and calling out the other team's plays, they're pointing and yelling at each other on defense to let you know, oh, I've seen that slot receiver. When he get in that stance, this play is coming up here. Or, for example, you need to get to the other side. You're in the wrong position. That's the linebacker position, not the nickel. They flipped. You need to flip with them. Okay. Or we just had a cover two check out of man, cover two. And the mic needs to be able to communicate that to the outside linebackers, which communicate that to the safeties. And the safety sees the hand signal up for whatever cover two could be, depending on the program. And now they make their check. So you have to be in tune with that also. And that takes relentless effort in reading and knowing and practicing and hanging out with your safeties and hanging out with your corners. And even if you all come up with something that you do different, that as long as coach knows that it's all been changed and he gets it and we're all on the same page. Let's say, for example, coach wants you to go with an X, but in your opinion, cover zero is a lot easier to do if you hold a fist up. And everybody just knows if I hold this fist up at my linebacker, wearing cover zero, you got the man in front of you. Coach may push against that at first, but as long as it's executed, all right, whatever. We'll roll with the fist. We'll do the fist now. Those kind of little intricacies that happen a lot in the off season as of right now.